Good morning. Uh, so we are here for the topic is this Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we are here for the e-governance, digital India, the transformation which digital India is making. And first of all, before going for the panel discussion and everything will start in the due course, as I've been told, I would like to tell that I am from Energy Efficiency Services Limited. It's a uh, it's a joint venture of PSUs and Ministry of Power, and its mandate is to bring in energy efficient technology so as to make India energy secure. That is the one prime thing, make India energy secure, and then it adds to the environmental concerns, and which is global in nature. So what you're doing by saving energy, what you're doing that you are serving the purpose of entire world basically. So why energy efficiency is not a new thing. It's not a new thing. Well, it's not. It is we are talking about this for many years now, a decade. Very actively talking about these things. So one thing. So and let us come to some figures actually. That India's per capita energy consumption is one third of the world's average. One third of the world's average, and it is 1/13 of what is the per capita of US. So what do you understand by this? This figure is there. What do you understand by this? So actually, it means that we are very much. It seems that we are energy efficient because our per capita energy consumption is 1/3, 1/13 of US. So it's privacy looks like that we are so much energy efficient sort of. But think of the situation that if we our development is happening, and when we will we are very progressive, and we are going to become the third largest economy also. So when our development will be there, everything will be there. What does it mean? If we are going to have the development as an average of world also, we will be needing 3 times of more energy, because it's still 1/3 of the per capita is 1/3 of the world's average. So 3 times more energy if we want to become world's average. So how we are going to meet this demand? How we are going to meet this demand? This demand, this 3 times of energy cannot be made by supply side management. Means supplying the energy, having more energy units, thermal power plants, generating power plants, hydro power plants, whatever you call it, renewables and everything. We are not going to have it by supply side management. And if we are going to become like US 13 times, so 13 times energy is unthinkable. And so that is the scenario. So demand side management is the foremost thing. Demand. So we have to become manage our demand. We have to become very much energy efficient, so as to have our energy requirement level almost the same, and still we are progressing like anything. So that is the requirement, and it is very imperative for all of us, entire India, entire industries, and it is very much imperative for industry to remain competitive in today's scenario, to remain energy efficient. So that is the basic mandate of that. And I will take one more example. Indian Cooling Action Plan. Indian Cooling Action Plan says that by 2032, our cooling demand will be 5 times. Cooling demand will be 5 times. So what, in cooling only we will be needing 5 times of energy. All we are seeing that our requirement of AC is increasing. As the India is developing, our requirement of AC is increasing. In our vehicles also, the requirement of air conditioning increasing. So energy is required in everywhere. And even in our agriculture storages, the harvest storages, where there's a two-way effect here. Agriculture harvest storage means we around 1,000 billion tons of harvest is getting uh, wasted every year in India. I am connecting two things. While coming to the cooling, I have come to the harvest thing. And when to curb this wastage, you need cold storages. And cold storage means cold chain entirely is required. So what I just told, that to curb this wastages, you need cold storage, cold chain is required, entire cold chain is required. So again energy will be required. So you to curb these losses for the food security, and this not only the food security, when these wastages are get degraded in the due course, it creates too much of this GHG emissions, around 2 tons per 2 tons of carbon per ton of this waste. So that kind of GHG emission is generated. So why saving these this harvest, you are going to save this carbon emission also, and then but while doing this you need again energy for cooling. So you have to be very efficient there also, because when you will be needing much energy, then again it will be giving the carbon footprints. So energy being energy efficient and conserving the energy has become imperative in coolings and everything. So that is the scenario in which energy efficiency is required, and that is why the Energy Efficiency Services Limited is there. Various policies are being created by Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and we are trying to bring in the implementable model which are transforming India. I will tell you one example which everybody is very much connected to, this LED transformation. LED transformation, when GLS bulbs were there, and this CFL came into the picture, and at that time only EESL came with the LED. They actually, what EESL does, whenever a new technology comes, they start piloting it. After the pilot, they socialize this all over India. They created a program that LED bulbs were distributed, and then as LED street lights were replaced, the conventional street lights were replaced by LED street lights. So what happened? The India became very much energy efficient in case of lighting, and it was a very huge load. And now the market is set. While once EESL promoted how industries to make it, now it is in auto mode. Industry is already making these lights. So this is what the EESL is doing as a market transformation. And then the similar technologies have been brought in the industry sector in motor replacement program. So when India has mandated for IE2 motors, EESL has brought in IE3 motors, and then IE3 motors through EESL, these specifications have been floated and everything. Now IE3 motors, industries are adopting IE3 motors. Means before India getting into IE2 motors, now India is going to IE3 motors. So old conventional motors are getting replaced through IE3 motors. So this is around, India has got 2.5 crores of motors. And India's production capacity of motors is around 20 to 25 lakhs. So if you have to replace this industry also has to get transformation. So this is what, and you within the years you will see these transformations. And this are various kinds of smart meter programs of EESL that is known to almost many of us. So these smart meter programs, what is this? This is not an energy efficiency program, but energy conservation program. Ultimately, you are when you are knowing what you're consuming and you are monitored very well. So this is conserves energy, and the AT&C loss of discoms are reduced drastically, and they have got these distribution companies are getting very much this financial losses of these distribution companies are very much reduced. So that kind of impact our smart meter programs have brought in. And other programs, this super efficient AC programs are there. Agriculture demand side management programs are there. and the programs are there for this cold chain development, micro cold storages at the farm gates. These kinds of programs are there, so that this micro cold storage at the farm gates, this is going to reduce this post harvest loss at the farm gate only, at the first mile. So energy efficient technologies in the micro cold storages with solar rooftop, blending in the renewable energy with that is being brought in. So these kinds of various intervention, demand side management of in agriculture side, when farmers using inefficient pumps are being given the efficient pumps through discoms on free of cost. So what is the economics here? This, because the discoms are giving free electricity now, they while when they are going 3 times efficient pumps, they are giving now 1/3 of the free electricity. So they're giving the free electricity has reduced. So that is the economics working here. So that kind of economics we are bringing in the entire sector. Electric vehicles have been brought in, and the electric vehicles are energy was more efficient. And then we have to see how renewable energy are blended with this thermal power energy of the producing plants. So, and all those integrations requires convergence. And so this is the role of Energy Efficiency Services Limited. And one thing I say all the time, that whenever these transformations come, especially in the case of energy, these transformations are required as if it was required yesterday only. It should have been done already much earlier. So when the speed requirement is so much, our IT, IoT, and all this artificial intelligence use of that has become very much imperative. Otherwise, we will not able to cope up with that, because these kinds of energy management, all this energy management, smart grid formation, and this mixing of the energy, the conventional energy with the renewable energy, managing demand, all those will load dispatches and energy management system in the buildings. All those requires this IoT based artificial intelligence. So this is the actually, and I'm just giving you the idea that the Energy Efficiency Services Limited, through energy efficiency mandate, are bringing various technologies. If anyone in the forum is willing to participate in any kind of energy efficiency technology and want to present or pitch in for the energy efficiency, which can be transformative in nature, can scalable for India, then we always welcome those kinds of technologies, and we would like to implement those and experiment on those and pilot on those projects and scale up for entire India. Thank you very much.